What's going on YouTube? Today I want to talk about the rear display on the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. Now, there's some people that some may consider this secondary display a gimmick. But let me be very clear. This is not a gimmick. This is very, very useful. I use it all the time and I love it. And I wish more manufacturers would do more than just putting cameras on the back of their devices. Put a little screen on the back, make the phone more exciting, add some more innovation to the phone. And that's what the Xiaomi did. Now, the thing that Xiaomi did wrong, they removed it from the 12S Ultra, which I don't understand. And from what I've seen of the renders of the 13 Ultra, there's no secondary display on that either. So I'm not sure why they chose to remove the secondary display from their future devices, but I'm keeping this. I love this. So let me give you a few reasons why this is not a gimmick and it's very, very useful. First thing, you can see the time. You can see the day, the date, and your battery percentage. Next, in order to activate it, all you got to do is double tap it, which is what I did to wake it up. Now, the only downfall that I have with the secondary display is that it only stays on for 30 seconds. Now, Xiaomi should have put something in here where you could keep it on all the time, regardless, whether it drains that battery. I mean, just leave it up to, the consumer, whether they want to leave it on or shut it off. But 30 seconds, to me, I just hate that. Like, I wish we could use it like a always on display. But 30 seconds is all you're going to get, unfortunately. Next thing, you could take photos. Now, let me see, because I think I only used it once. I know it's a particular button in here that you press to activate that. I think that's over here. Yeah, rear display preview. As you can see that? That's showing me behind the camera. Not completely, because I'm behind the camera. But you can basically take photos and videos with this rear display. You can use it as, a viewfinder. And I like that. So photos and videos. So basically, you'd be using these primary cameras back here, which is going to give you better selfies if you choose to do that. Now, for me, I don't have an issue with the selfie camera on here because it's really good. So I would probably never use it for photos and videos. Using it as a selfie, because to me, the front selfie camera is sufficient enough. All right, next thing, you can receive notifications from this. Now, I don't normally see it get notification. I think I caught it one time because most of the time my phone is always like this. I'm just so used to not having a secondary display. So I'm always looking at the always on display for notifications. Sometimes I forget this has a secondary display, but you can receive notifications from the secondary display as well. Next thing, you can control your media. What I mean by that, say if you're listening to a song or something. Now I'm gonna have to turn it on. I think it turned off. All right. Let me see. I had to turn it right back out. But when you go back here, you see you got your you can see the art on there and the name of the song. You could either go forward or you could go back and you could pause and play. Let me show you. So you can pause and play, and this will be turning when it plays. So you can see the album art, and you can go forward, you can go back, and you can press the middle to pause and play. So that's cool. That's very, very useful. Next, you can answer and reject phone calls. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do with this, I'm gonna have to call from my phone. Then I'll show you. Call from one of my numbers. And your number's not gonna come up if you're worried about that. Let's see. Recent. Okay. Now, normally it would just pop up, but for some reason it's not doing it. See that right there? You see my number and where I'm calling from? And then you swipe And you can either answer or reject it. So you swipe up to answer, reject it, swipe down. Now, normally, maybe because I already had the screen on, that's probably why it didn't light up, because I already had the screen on. But it does light up, and you can reject the call or you can accept the call. So that's cool too. I like that. So say if you just happen to have it down like that, maybe you don't want to necessarily pick it up, you could just answer or reject, and you could talk with the phone down like this, and you'll be able to hear the person you're talking to. Next, you can also receive text messages. Let me send myself a text message. Let's see. Type, hey, what's up? Okay, so I'm gonna send it. See it just pop up? See it right there? It just popped up. It comes up pretty quick, but y'all saw it, right? If you didn't see it, let me do it again. Just so you can see it, because it's really cool. Let's see. Go back in here. And your number, like I said, your number doesn't come up. Now you can't type no real long type of stuff, but you definitely can receive. You can get enough, for something short. See it? It came up real fast, but like I said, you can get your text messages also along with your notifications. That's cool. I like that. And that's pretty much it. Now, like I said before, it only stays on for 30 seconds, but I'm going to say it again. There is nothing gimmicky about this secondary display. The only downside to me is that it can't stay on all the time. Like, I just wish you could just always see the time. When you decide you want to use it, you just sit it down and you could always see the time. Or you wouldn't have to turn over your phone to see the time. You could just always just look at the secondary display and see the time. If you get a phone call, you'll see who's calling you on the secondary display. You get your notifications, your text messages, all that on the secondary display. And also, let me go into here because I don't want to cheat the whole process here. Let me see if it's still in my thing here. No, it's not in my thing. So I'll go back into settings, scroll down to rear display. And you can see here, use rear display. You got to turn it on. Show notification contents on the rear display. I got that turned on. Double tap to wake, which is what I said. You can control the brightness of it right here. And also you'll see theme. You could turn off. You can see here the choices are 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and 30 seconds. See that right there? Okay. All right. So when you want to get a little bit more information, you press rear display theme. Now you just open it up to even more options. So what I told you is not all that you can do with it. You can even do more. So you could change the color of the time, or you could have it change on a regular. You could use a signature. Now what I put in here was a scripture. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. That's what I put in there, but you could put something else in there, whatever you want. Also, you could put an image in there. I put a lion, but I never use it. I like to use the, just the time. I mean, but you could still get, I think, the time at the bottom. Yeah, you could still get the time at the bottom, but it's really small, kind of hard to see. Or you could just add, you got different options here. You can add different backgrounds. So you can add that. You can add that. Now I did the lion because it fills out the whole thing. Like this one kind of fills it out. The car thing doesn't fill it out. My face can fill it out, but everything doesn't completely fill it out. And I want the whole area to be full, filled. So I like the lion. All right. So you can change the text color and all that as well. You get a lot of choices here. Scroll up a little bit so you can turn on the time, the battery percentage, and your notifications. And I got set here, change colors automatically. So every time, I don't know how often it does, but it often changes the color of the time, how it looks on its own. I'm gonna go back to clock. So see, it was pink earlier, and now it's kind of greenish orange. So it'll constantly change the color, but you could always turn that off and have it set just to be white, or you could set it for whatever color you want. So you do have some other choices other than what I stated earlier. So I say again, the rear display on the Mi 11 Ultra is definitely not a gimmick. I just wish more manufacturers would adopt this. You know, you're going to give us a big... See, they didn't waste the space. They gave us a big camera array, but also a secondary display that is very, very useful, and I love that. So kudos to Xiaomi on that. I'm just disappointed they removed it from the 12S and the 13 Ultra that's coming out. So I just thought they made a mistake with removing that, because I think it's very, very useful and I use it a lot. So thank you very much for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Hope everybody out there is staying safe and staying well. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.